What do you do first? Be me, be 43 years smarter, be 10 in 1990, find myself, have a serious talk with myself, warn everyone of 2001, invest in Apple, IBM, etc. What would you do? Fuck off, Janies, this is political. Would you warn anyone about the future? Buy THC pen from friend. Get hooked after a week. Get high so many times feels like I'm breezing through time. Take advantage of this and smoke before school. Legit, the second I got high, school was already over and I was at home. Start doing this every day and eventually start skipping my home life too. Already skipped through most of my major life events. No recollection of anything. My face when magic pen lets me travel through time. Think about what to eat for breakfast. Look at clock. An hour flew by. Take a few bites of breakfast. 2 hours passed in an instant. Watch one 10-minute video about a shitty game. Look at clock. It's already 9 p.m. What the fuck is going on? Am I stuck in some kind of time curse? Be me. Wake up one day in the Middle Ages. I'm 6'4", so I'm a fucking giant to all these people. Thinking I'm gonna be some king or shit because of my height, but everyone is real scared of me because I can't speak their old English. Soldiers surround me with weapons drawn. Can't think of anything to do, so I dab and do some other Fortnite dances. They start to laugh and take me to the king. Basically a jester for a few weeks, but running out of material. King gets bored of me and demotes me to wench, even though I'm a dude. Have to blow the king, prince, and guards. Life could be worse. I still get to sleep in the castle and free food. Long live the king. Watch a movie about time travel. Imagine myself time traveling throughout history and looking like a genius for predicting things before they happen. Imagine going back in time to help Hitler win World War II. I'm not very persuasive, so he might not even listen to me. Imagine myself as a cute girl trying to sweet-talk Hitler into not invading Russia. Imagine Hitler eventually falling for me after Germany drops the first A-bomb ever on London. Britannica surrenders and Hitler and I do it for the first time. Get hard from imagining Hitler fucking me as a girl. Fap. Hate myself. Lay down in bed the next day and look at some porn. Mind immediately goes back to imagining me as a cute girl with Hitler giving me the mating press. Ignore porn and fap to that instead. Hate myself even more. This is the third day where this is the only thing I can fap to. What's wrong with me? I'm straight and have never had any interest in dudes in my entire life. Press X to doubt. Be me, fatherless. He was murdered when I was a kid, at exactly midnight in front of our home. They never discovered who did it. Go back in time to stop the murderer. Hide in front of my home 1 hour before midnight. Don't see anyone coming. Start getting nervous. Almost at midnight, I see a guy approach the house's door. There is no time, only mere seconds before the murder. No one else is here. The guy must be the killer. I jump out and shoot. Looking closer, I realize I killed my father. My face when it's midnight. My face when I was the murderer all along. My face when you can't change fate. Be me, ethnographer from the year 3000 or whatever. Get funds for mission back in time. Society is entirely gender fluid, but I still have to suck cock to get money. Never mind. Face risk of disintegration due to the limits of my experimental device. Land safely in 2020 plus 1. Need a computer. Don't have currency. Suck cock to get money. Buy shitty second-hand Pentium 2 PC. Spend 2 weeks learning how to do basic stuff while trying to stay safe in the midst of a pandemic hellscape. Still no money. I have to suck cock for groceries. I finally managed to get things up and running. Go to 4chan. Write my post. There's a typo. I claim to be from 2023. People treat me like a retard. My face when I've become addicted to sucking cock, only to get called names on a Chinese puppetry forum. This here's a thread for telling exciting tales of your own autistic fears and worries. I'll start. Be me, 11 years old at the time. For some reason, convinced myself that if time travel becomes possible, I will visit myself at this very moment. Nothing happens. Not sure if that means time travel is impossible or that I die before it becomes feasible. Existential crisis. Idea.jpg. Write a letter to my future self containing the exact date and time that I should travel to, just in case it was because I forgot. 10 years later, just found that letter after going through some old paperwork I had laying around. The thought came up again that I might never know the truth about time travel. Existential crisis returns. My face went. Be me, German rebel. In my quest to overthrow the Nazis, come across plans for a time machine. Only goes to one time. Must be important. Build the machine. Fire it up. Timetravel.exe. At some point, given a handgun. Instructed to shoot. Pick related. Shoot.mp3. Suddenly, Hitler appears. My child, you've done it. You've destroyed the human race, just as I wanted. Now the world shall be dominated by the true master race, sea turtles. As I disintegrate from the effects of changing history, I hear Hitler's laugh one last time. For a brief moment, I see him. He was a sea turtle from the very beginning. 4,000 years in the future. There are time machines. Alternate timeline, Jesus never existed. Neither did Christianity. Judaism eventually died off, except for some select places in Israel. One dude reads the Jewish prophecies and decides to go back in time and fuck with everyone. He uses his time machine and goes back to around 5 BC. Brings his pregnant girlfriend, tells everyone she's a virgin. When the baby is born, he shoots a flare up into the sky. Wise men think it's a star. Come back to the barn where they landed. Dude puts the baby in pig's food because he doesn't know any better. After the baby turns 20, he sends him back to his time, uses future technology to make himself look like his son, becomes Jesus, fucks with people's minds until he gets arrested, uses cloning to create another of him so he doesn't die, comes back and teleports into the cave, teleports into the room with the disciples. When he's done, says he's going to be with God, just heads back to his own time, sees that the world sucks with Christianity, too much war and shit, tries to go back and stop himself by killing the Jewish prophets, doesn't realize his time machine only has half power, only goes back to the 1920s, shaves his mustache to fit in, lives in the 20s after he can't get back, and becomes a German artist. He was actually Austrian. Gets rejected from art school, gets pissed, becomes a politician, creates the Nazi Party. Remember his goal to kill the Jews, tries to kill them all and take over the world, but gets trapped. About to be captured in a warehouse, gives up, pulls out some teeth to throw them off the track. Goes back to his own time on his fixed time machine. You win. What did I just read? At work, grocery store. Walking down the aisle when an African-American gentleman stops me and asks how I'm doing. Good. Do you need help with anything? No, I'm just talking to them. Points behind me, but no one is there. I say, oh, okay, and walk off thinking, okay, he's just crazy. He follows me into the next aisle and asks how I'm doing. Again, but I ignore him this time and walk away. Peek into the aisle again to see what he's doing. He isn't there. Nobody saw him leave. He's nowhere to be seen in the store. He had a cart full of items as well, so there's no way he would leave unnoticed. I think my workplace is haunted. There is no other explanation. Or maybe he just went to the bathroom. Beamy. Go to bed. Stare at ceiling for an hour. Finally falling asleep. Almost there. Just a little more. Anon. Eyes shoot open. Heart rate shoots up. Look around room. Nothing there. Happens to me so goddamn much. I swear I'm being haunted by the biggest dick of a ghost. I'm going to kill myself just so I can kick their ghost ass. Be me. Live in an apartment. Being haunted by a girl who just heroed herself a few years back. It's hot as fuck on this particular night, so I'm sleeping naked. Wake up in the middle of the night to see her standing next to my bed, staring at me. Oh shit, it's a haunting. She's completely naked, and I can see cut marks all over her arms and legs. Down the road, not across the street, she meant business. Cute face though, easily an 8 out of 10. Suddenly, get a massive hard-on while checking out her face and body. Girl sees this and gives me the kind of, what the fuck face. My autism kicks in. Do, do you want to touch it? Ghost Girl's face is in pure disgust now. She starts to move away from me. Try to make a saving throw. Sorry about that. Maybe we can be friends instead. Ghost Girl disappears. My face went. It's been a couple of months now, bros. And I haven't seen her since. I think I might have fucked up. Be me. 18. Graduated, but still living with parents because free food. Read some shitty Greentext about how ghosts hate it when you beat your meat. Forget about it. Next day, 1 a.m., lights in my house start flickering like mad. Cold spots, general freaky shit. Remember Greentext? I brought my cock. Immediately the lights stop flickering, and everything goes back to normal. My face went. Autism stories thread. I'll start. Be me. Home alone. Go to bathroom, take a shit. As shit splashes, I hear a slight knock on the bathroom door. At the time, I didn't think much of it. Continue sitting on the toilet browsing 4chan. Hear another knock. This time, it was for sure a knock. Brush it off. More knocks. Live alone. Scared retard.png. My autistic self takes over, and I yell occupied. The face when knocking stopped. Did my autism save me from getting sodomized by a ghost, bros? Beaming. Live in one-bedroom apartment. Morning. Need to take a shit. Do the deed and flush. See it all disappear down that wet pipe of doom. Sit down to play some video games. Hours go by. Evening. Need to take a piss. Open toilet. A shit is in the toilet. Water all brownish. No one has been over. Haven't taken another shit during the day. Do I need to move or something? How do I get rid of a toilet ghost? Today I was told by my mom to go deposit a check. Have it folded in half with the deposit slip. I'm walking down the driveway to the car and hear a female voice whisper, "Drop the check, retard." Look behind me, and the check is on the ground, and nobody was there. I assume it was my sister, but she was in the car, waiting on me, and my mom was still in the house. They are the only women in our house. Is it a ghost? And more importantly, ghosts can detect that I am a retard? Be me. Live next to old neighbors. Old neighbors both die within a span of about 5 years, both of old age. Fast forward a few weeks. New neighbors move in next door. A husband, wife, and a small child. Getting along pretty well. About a month goes by. One night, they come and knock on my door in the middle of the night. I ask why they're here. They ask if they can stay the night. Say that they've been seeing shit and explain that the house might be haunted. Say they can't sleep as it's gotten so bad. I let them stay, though I'm skeptical. This ghost happens on and off for about 2 weeks, but they look terrified, so I am under the impression that they are 100% genuine. One night, though, gets to the point where I've had enough. I offer to see if it's just a gas leak. They agree, give me the keys. I go in at about 1 a.m. Bad decision. I see them, .jpg. It's the old couple. No. The leaving it anymore, .png. Pull down my pants and start beating my meat. Aim my dick at my mouth so the cum will shoot in my mouth when I nut. Moan shit like, "Oh, yeah, daddy, I'm gonna come." Ghosts have heart attack out of shock. Tell family it's over. Ghosts never return. And that, my friends, is how you unhaunt a house. Okay, so, recently moved houses to a nicer area. Previous place was an absolute shithole. This is my 4th night at my new place. Parents asleep, and I'm staying up since it's summer. Playing some indie game, and funny shit happens, so I clip it. Later, I go back and review clip. Weird-ass voice begins saying bye or hi every 5 seconds, and I'm beyond creeped the fuck out. Message my friends, send them the clip, and they're like, "What the fuck?" I take 20 different clips, none of them have it. No activity for the next 2 nights. One night it happens again. Night after that, my PS5, which I had plugged in, starts going fucking mental. Sensor starts producing the most insane scream I've ever heard, and I run out of the room. Next night, I can barely sleep. Wooden panel, which I had propped up against my wall, falls down and scares the shit out of me. Decide I've had enough, I kid you not. Stand in the middle of the room and say I'll delete the fucking clip. Please leave me alone. Go into Shadowplay folder and delete the whole thing. Try to go to sleep. Fail. Nothing ever happened after that. Still shook to this day. I think my apartment might be haunted by the ghost of a porn addict. Have Samsung Smart TV. Use built-in web browser to access my Jellyfin server because there is no Jellyfin app for Samsung TVs. Go to most visited to try and get to it so I don't have to type the IP with my TV remote. Most visited is absolutely full of porn, like so much porn you wouldn't believe. I've never watched porn on the TV. I've never seen anyone else use the TV's web browser. Nothing has been stolen from my apartment, so I doubt someone broke in to just watch porn. What do I do about this? I don't feel comfortable about the thought of the place I live in being the home of some ghostly goon setch. B9. Be horny as fuck. Neighbor's dog always came over. I don't like where this is going. Get idea. Neighbor's dog on our front lawn, as usual. Lead dog to backyard. I'll get her to lick my dick. Pull out dick. Present to dog. Dog repeatedly ignored dick. Need a way to get dog to lick. Get idea. Go inside to refrigerator. Get pepperoni, go outside the dog, put pepperoni on dick, dog immediately bites dick, dick bleeds a bit, never again. Off to a great start, aren't we? We got 9 more. Jesus Christ. B 3.1 out of 10 guy. B an indoor parking garage park. B walking away from car. C 9.6 out of 10 girl trying to park. Swipes the pillar and loses some light body work. Pick up the car piece and approach her car. She's cringing as she gets out. Wow, beautiful body. Amazing face, large hips and breasts the size of bowling balls, half each. What the hell? About to hand her the car piece. Tell her, hey, you dropped this, like God dropped you from heaven. She's cringing. Pass her the piece of her car. Whip out my card and tell her, here's my number, in case you need to file a police report. She's cringing. Oh no, quick, make a joke. Point at her and me. The police for the car. Not for me approaching you in a dark garage. The police doesn't need to know about this. I don't need more additions to my record. She's cringing. Oh my God. I fucked up. I fucked up. I fucked up. That joke was fucking creepy. She takes her earphones out. Oh my God, I crashed my car. Thank you for bringing me this. No problem. Have a nice day. I was so relieved I almost peed my pants. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. Number one, I don't know why you needed to describe the appearance of her body, let alone the size of her titties. And I don't know why you needed to describe them as quote-unquote half a bowling ball each. Number two, what the hell was that pickup line? Well, dude, are you trying to get... You want to get additions to your record. And number three, how the hell did you not feel the embarrassment when this came out of your mouth? Fuck, I can actually relate to this. First month in gym, getting used to talking with people, gym lingo, not being intimidated by people using the weights, etc. Need to take a mad shit. Go to the bathroom. All the stalls are occupied. Brain is on full autopilot. Knock and ask the guy, how many steps do you have left in there? Realize what I just said. Hear the guy inside say, what the fuck, man? All others laughing. Run out and don't come back for a few days. Realize no one found out. Still keeps me up at night, bros. 27-year-old loser. Finally managed to get along with a woman. We're outside just holding hands. Massive erection plus leaking pre-cum everywhere for an hour. My pant looked like I peed myself plus bulge on top. Had to find solutions to hide it from people to not get ridiculed. The face when I have teenager erections at fucking 27. This is what a porn addiction does to a man. Mom walks excited into my room, wants to show me some new Chinese cartoon she's watching. We watch it. Characters get half naked and tease each other sexually. Cringe.jpg. My mom notices my discomfort. Don't worry, the good part comes after that. The good part never comes. Look at her in disappointment and disgust. Do you also have weird parents you're ashamed of, TV? Grandpa is 95 years old. Was in a British tank battalion during World War II. Was stationed in Europe several times during the conflict. Was always a role model for me and a tough guy at heart. Go visit him the other day at his beach house. Brought my laptop with girls and Panzer on it. Jesus Christ. Thought he would think it is fun that old tanks from his time are now used in popular culture. Tell him I have something to show him. Start with the first episode. He just sits there with a blank expression. Halfway through the episode, he asks me to stop. Asks me to leave him alone. He retreats into a study, mumbling something like, "This is what I fought for." Haven't heard from him since. What do? I didn't mean to upset him. I really don't want to be unfriendly with my gramps in his last years. I think a part of me died reading this. Likewise, why did you feel the need to show faggy Chinese cartoons to your boomer grandfather? Not even boomer. If he was 95, he has to be the side dude. I don't even know. He is Jesus Christ. I don't even know why the hell you'd show your World War II veteran grandfather something the Japanese made, because chances are, if he's 95, he probably doesn't have very high opinions on the Japanese. Let alone weird, cutesy, semi-pornographic situations involving characters that look like little girls using tanks he probably watched blow his friends to bits. All around, this is just a facepalm and a Jesus Christ. You need to apologize to that man immediately. Not sure if this is funny or cringe, but here it goes. Do my squats. Make an audible fart. A trio of young girls behind me are giggling. Try to play it cool. "Hey, at least I got this entire area to myself," I shout at them while smiling. They look at me with confusion, and one of them goes, "What?" "Well, now it smells bad here, so nobody will disturb me." What are you talking about?" "You know, the fart that I just made smells pretty bad." "Okay." Realized they were laughing at something else. My face went. I can never return to that gym. You see, that's where you messed up. What I would have done is let out the nastiest, most pungent smelling gas from the inside of my colon and made direct eye contact, then breathed heavily to assert dominance and to scare them. I'm going to show them that this is a man's world. Be me at nerd camp. About 200 people in auditorium. They do this stupid shit where everyone has to walk from one end of the auditorium to the other. But each walk has to be different. One at a time, everyone has eyes on the person doing their walk. Have to get creative as you can't copy anyone else. I just walk slightly fast while dabbing. I'm haunted by the memory of 200 people watching me dab. Please kill me. Really hot girl in class. Decide to work up the courage to speak to her. "Hey, can I borrow your pen for a second?" She hands me her pen. Realize I don't even have paper to write on. She's staring at me. My mind is racing. What do? Draw penis on my hand. Give her back the pen and walk away. Most heterosexual 4chan user. Be me. Be me in 2015. Going through a bad neo-Nazi phase in college. Take the red pill was becoming a meme. I'm forced to take useless gen ed classes that I thought was liberal brainwashing. Bought 1,000 empty red pill capsules online. Bring it to class in an obnoxious glass pill bottle that rattles loudly. Every time the instructor says something I think is stupid, I take out my pill bottle and take an empty pill. There's irony somewhere here. Did this for a whole semester. Flunked class. This fucking haunts me every day of my life. What's something fucking cringe you've done because of this cursed website? I was only 9 years old. I loved Shrek so much. I had all the merchandise and movies. I prayed to Shrek every night before bed, thanking him for the life I've been given. Shrek is love, I say. Shrek is life. My dad hears me and calls me a faggot. I knew he was just jealous of my devotion for Shrek. I called him a cunt. He slaps me and sends me to go to sleep. I'm crying now, and my face hurts. I lay in bed, and it's really cold. A warmth is moving towards me. I feel something touch me. It's Shrek. I am so happy. He whispers in the ear, "This is my swamp." He grabs me with his powerful ogre hands and puts me on my hands and knees. I'm ready. I spread my ass cheeks for Shrek. He penetrates my butthole. It hurts so much, but I do it for Shrek. I can feel my butt tearing as my eyes start to water. I push against his force. I want to please Shrek. He roars a mighty roar as he fills my butt with his love. My dad walks in. Shrek looks him straight in the eye and says, "It's all over now." Shrek leaves through my window. Shrek is love. Shrek is life. What the fuck? Working at McDonald's. Customer asks for a Big Mac. Says to hold the onions. Put onions in it anyway. Spit in it for disrespecting Shrek. Customer sees me spit in his burger. Complains to manager. Get fired on the spot. Go home. Pray to Shrek. Tell him what happened at work. Hear a whisper. Don't worry. Your problems will be over soon. Wake up next day. Turn on the news. Story on a double homicide. My ex-manager and the customer were the victims. Anchorman says both were beaten to death with an onion. Hear another faint whisper. They should have checked themselves before they Shrek'd themselves. Be me. About to enjoy a night watching Shrek 2, 2004. Got my popcorn. Sitting in my chair with a blanket. The dear man starts speaking loudly in the voice of my deceased mother outside, trying to lure me outside. I just wanted to relax. Sitting on living room couch, Snapchatting Grill, watching Shrek at the same time. Snap her a pic of the TV with Shrek on it. She stops replying. Am I clinically retarded? I messed up. Let's start a thread of embarrassing moments in high school. I'll start. Be me. Just finished 8th grade as a loser, and people remember me as a beta fag. Realize that this year in 9th grade I can make a stance. Show up in not-so-fashionable attire. That's okay, that JPEG. Our first assignment. Make slides about who we are. Think about how I can make myself look cool. Make slides about how much I love Shrek. Bullied rest of the school year. My face when my love of Shrek is what has ruined my life. Be me. Sitting in English class. Watching Shrek with subtitles on. Getting aroused. My English teacher tells us we have a pop quiz. I smile. I look at quiz and recognize 0 questions. I raise my hand and tell him that Shrek will not approve of his ways. He laughs at me and calls me his bitch. I put my head down on my desk and try to cover my tears. I begin to pray to Shrek for help. The whole room laughs as they hear me talking to Shrek. They tell me Shrek isn't real. My tears escalate. A miasma of onion enters the room. The song All-Star plays from a distance. A deep screech is heard. Shrek busts through the wall, riding a dragon. He decapitates 3 students with his thigh-sized penis. He looks at my other classmates. This is the part where you run away. Some students try to escape. He whips onions at them, and they penetrate through their bodies. My teacher cowers at the power of Shrek. Shrek takes a spoon, scoops out my teacher's eyeballs, and eats them. He replaces them with 2 onions. Now, you see, mate. Now, you don't. He flips my teacher over with his meaty fist. My teacher screams at the top of his lungs as Shrek enters them. Take this as a token of my gratitude, Shrek says as he fulfills him. He pulls out and releases gallons of onion love into the wall. Shrek throws my teacher at the wall. He proceeds to take the entrails of my now deceased teacher and spread them on his toast. The protein restores his energy as he turns to me. I am ready. I kneel on the deceased classmates and beg for him to use me. Shrek towers over me, his onion-scented cock right in front of my eyes. He shoves it into my mouth, breaking my jaw and tearing my lips apart. It hurts, but I do it for Shrek. He flips me over, his cock now lubed with my blood. He plunges himself so far in me that I bleed from my ears. Shrek fills my innards with his love. Shrek hops in his onion carriage and takes off. I lay atop the dead body smiling. Shrek is love, I say. Shrek is life. The things I read for you people concern me. B14. Bring Shrek 1 and 2 to class. Tell teacher we must watch Shrek. Teacher makes class vote for which movie to watch. Shrek 2 has majority vote. Feels good man.jpg. Then Francis pulls out Despicable Me and hands it to the teacher. Everyone in class votes for it and laughs at me. Teacher throws my Shreks back at me and puts Despicable Me in movie player. As the disc loads, I hear loud footsteps from outside. The rumbling shakes the desks and chairs. The smell of onions filled the room. Suddenly, naked Shrek bursts through the walls and looks at DVD menu of Despicable Me in anger. Ogre, M.A. Dead body. Shrek throws 2 onionades at the TV and kills the teacher and a deaf girl. Dolby Kyle. Shrek punches through a kid's chest, pulls out his heart, and replaces it with an onionade. Kid explodes. Triple Kyle. Shrek grabs Francis as he tries to escape and bends him over. He pulls out Francis's intestines through his butthole and ties an onion to it. Shrek then tosses the onion out the window, and Francis is dragged out with it. Francis falls 8 stories to his death. Ogre kill! Shrek turns around to the rest of the class. He quietly whispers, "There is no part where you run away." Entire class jumps out of windows to their death. Shrek's termination. Shrek turns to me. He looks me in the eye and smiles. But you weren't expecting that. Is it ogre? I ask. It's ogre when I say it's ogre. I fall to my knees at his majesty. I was ready to please Shrek. He pulls out his massive, ogre-sized, Shrek cock and lodges it in my throat. My eyes filled with tears. My face when they were happy tears. Shrek let out a loud ogre roar as he filled my esophagus with sour cum and onion sauce. He pulled his cock out of my mouth, but as I wiped away my tears, I noticed he was already gone. Shrek is love. Shrek is life. Discuss. Beamy, 16 years old at the time, on relationship with 8 out of 10, named Marianne. Things were getting well. Problem is, I have to hide my devotion to Shrek. Why? She hates Shrek. Prom night. We arrive. EJ finds a song. Settles to put on shuffle instead. All-star cues. Autism kicks in. I begin singing along with the song. Girlfriend realizes what I'm really into. Storms off. My face wet. Present day. Family movie night. Mom selects Shrek. Opening scene. Cues with All-Star. I begin singing. Flashbacks.jpg. Begin crying. What's wrong, Anon? Mom asks. It's more than a feeling, more than a feeling. When I hear that old song they used to play, more than a feeling, I begin dreaming, more than a feeling, till I see Marianne walk away. I'd really love to name what this song is, but I have never heard this before in my life. I think it's about time someone charged a defibrillator and struck this meme back to life. Be me. Watching Despacito 69 in my living room. Shrek bursts in through the wall. It's all ogre now, he uttered with confidence. I put out my double-barrel shotgun, hidden in my left pocket. I've come prepared, you green bastard, I said. I pulled the trigger and shoot Shrek. It didn't even scratch him. You thought you can defeat me? He said. No man born of a woman shall ever have power upon thee. Oh shit.wav. I take out an RPG, hidden in my right pocket. I shoot the ogre lord, and he is literally blown away. This doesn't kill him, but it gave me enough time to make an escape. I went to the garage, entered my car, and realized that I left the keys in the living room. The Ogre Lord approached my vehicle. He takes out my keys and swallows them. "Shrek, I'm sorry," I yelled. "Turn thee anon, look upon thy death." The Ogre Lord grabs my car with me inside and crushes it into a solid cube with his bare hands. He kicks the solid cube into space to the nearest black hole. Gets sucked by black hole. Due to a glitch in space-time, I get reborn as an omnipotent being. My face win. Do you have any good Kazaa stories? Be me, 12 years old. Don't know how to spot suspicious files. Shrek2.avi.exe, 14 kilobytes. Seems legit. Can no longer boot computer. Repairman comes over, my whole family is in the room when my downloaded scat porn folder is discovered.